Okay, so today we've got a classic example of shoes that fit too tight during exercise. Because the shoe box was right up here against the end of the toes, the pressure exerted against the toenail causes the toenail to start to lift and to tear. And so what we have is this painful toenail that has a lot of tearing underneath. And you can see here from my instrument that this all is separated. Notice how my instrument goes right down underneath the nail because that's not attached. And what happens is at the end of that shoe is pushing on that toenail, causing little bits of micro trauma to occur, and that nail slowly gets lifted and separated, tearing away from the tissue underneath it. Becomes painful, traps water and bacteria, and is an easy place for those to hide and create an infection later on. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the toenail today, and we're going to let that start over again so that a new toenail can grow in and replace it. In the long term, we're going to watch and we want to make sure that the toenail does not get re-injured or infected with bacteria, as that can change what happens to this as it grows back in. So for sandal season this summer, it's probably going to be a little bit of a bummer, but in the long run, she's going to be happy to have a toenail that actually functions and works. And we're going to do just a little bit of a removal, and we're going to take the whole thing off, just like that. And you can probably feel that pressure change when we do that. And this is where that toenail was separated and trapping a lot of water, bacteria, and other stuff. So it looks kind of funky from the top, but that's only because it's separated from the tissue underneath. See how the tissue here is kind of white? It's been holding on to water. Looks a little bit like dirty dishpan hands. So what we're going to do is we're going to just gently clean that up because there's a little bit of inflammatory tissue that goes with it. We're just going to gently clean that. We don't want to take too much because we don't want to damage the root tissue of the toenail, which is all right in here. So anything that's just kind of loose and not really hanging on very well, we're going to get rid of, just so that it's all cleaned up. And then we're going to take a little bit of alcohol and we're going to clean that area nicely, clean up any rough tissue or dry blood or anything else that's trapped right there. And when we're all done, we're going to put a topical antibiotic on that, and we're going to restart where that toenail is going to come from, right back here. And you can see the root tissue. That's the root tissue right there. The rest of this is all attachment tissue from the nail bed that helps to support the nail plate, but that's our root tissue. And it looks very healthy when we look at it. It's kind of that pearly pink appearance. And that's what you see normally back here in these other toes, that white pearly appearance that you call your lunula, or maybe the white spot at the back of the nail. And so that's normally where every toenail grows from. We're going to just simply put a dressing on that today with a little bit of antibiotic and put a wrapping on it, and she's going to take that off in about 24 hours. And in the meantime, she's going to go shoe shopping for some shoes that have a bigger toe box so that she does not keep getting the same injury.